To let our viewers know, here in the local powerlifting scene in the Philippines, there are two main federations. There's going to be the Powerlifting Association of the Philippines, that's PAP, and then we also have Philippine Powerlifting, PHPL. All right, Raf, between the two federations, which one has the cuter girls?
Come on, guys.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Ali Fusha podcast. Tonight we are at episode 9, and obviously I have a very special guest. You all know him as the biggest weeb in the Philippines, especially in the local powerlifting scene. You all know him as the guy that probably has the strongest deadlift that's ever been done here in the Philippines. I can be, corrected, but from my knowledge, I am speaking to the biggest deadlifter, the strongest deadlifter in the Philippines. His name is Mr. Rafael Cahilig. Raf, say hi to everyone in the
What's
podcast.
up, guys?
All right. So obviously right now, the setting that we're in right now, it's obviously through online, through video call, because as much as we would want to really see each other in person, it might not be the smartest move since, COVID-19 pandemic, we all know it. It's been the same way. It's been this way for the past how many months. So just, it's the safest option just to do this online. Of course, in person is better, but we have this, and it's fine as long as we're able to talk to one another.
Yeah.
So
you have to make do.
Yeah, exactly. And how you've been making do is that you actually have a home gym of your own right now, right?
Yeah. I was thinking at first of like, is it really worth it? And am I going to spend this much money for a gym? But seeing things have been going on, I've been observing in the first few months, like first 2 months, I'm like, am I going to wait this out or am I going to buy my own stuff? So, that works. So, I mean, I just rather buy my own stuff and then, keep on training, even if there's no competition. I mean, you're going to still be out there,
Yeah, that's really true. Sorry.
It's not fun buying how many plates I had because that's very costly. It really hurts my wallet. So
that's true. Like,
it's worth it. It's
really
worth
expensive.
Yeah, very.
And especially for you, for somebody who lifts the amount of weight that you do have to buy more plates than like the average person as well. But from what I remember, the first rack that you bought was a flimsy squat stand.
Yeah, man. Like the J hooks, the hooks were already bending. I don't know when it happened. I think it was on benching, and then I just noticed like, oh no, this is not gonna last long.
How heavy were you benching that time?
I think it was the one time I tried to do one rep max. I think it was 170, and then after that, and then a few more after squat sessions. I was like, the heaviest I did there was like 200. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna cut it. And I'm tall too, so like the rack height isn't that much. Like when you extend the height of that rack, it's not gonna be stable down below in the foundation. So
that's true.
Yeah.
But then you made the decision to get a full-on power rack now, right?
Yeah, I was thinking of getting that one or like a half one, but dude, I was able to get a steel because from what I heard, that rack was from Evolution. I think it was in
or Eclipse. Or was it? It was one of those old gyms, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, in Mandaluyong. They were selling it for like 14 grand. So
yeah, and
so like
1,000 for that kind of a rack.
This is kind of a steal because that rack costs like what? In your opinion, how much does that cost? What would you say?
Brand new right now, like the cheapest you'd find
Full
is
rack,
probably like 18, and that's the cheapest. But and the average goes for like the mid-20s. So you got a really good deal for that one.
And it was pretty sturdy. Like it has a plate down below where you like. I don't know how that works, but it keeps that rack so much more stable and have more better foundation. And from what I've heard, like they said, it's the old ensayo rack from
really from way back.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's good that you made the choice because I think I've seen a bunch of failed videos of people with the flimsy rack, accidentally like misracking or hurting themselves.
Yeah.
So of course, with you handling the weights that you normally lift, that's, it's a smart call. Good thing that you made the call. Okay. Actually, so another thing, since we were talking about your home gym, a lot of struggle, like a lot of the issues that people are now facing because of the transition from working out in a public gym or commercial gym, and now they're, obviously forced to work out at home. motivation has been a struggle for a lot of people. How has that been for you? Is the struggle as real, or are you that dedicated that you're never phased in a single day of training?
It's a struggle.
It's a
It's a
struggle.
very much of a struggle. Like you wanted to go there, but it's just not in there. Like when you're in your band, especially working from home too. Like yeah, and juggling. Um, I'm not supposed to disclose this, but I'm juggling 2 jobs right now. So, like the hours I've been doing to work is kind of so hectic. I've been working for like 12 to 16 hours a day, and then
Ooh.
I barely get any sleep. So, but yeah, I made that decision because like there's nothing going on. Like there's nothing to look up to. So, might as well make some money and then keep on grinding, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean,
I want to go to gym. Like I can sneak in there from time to time, but
yeah, it's more than that you have your own setup. But in regards to the motivation, you have been infamously known, I'll use that term, to have your own very unique way of hyping yourself, hyping yourself up. And that's with multiple or different anime phrases. Naman din. And I guess to the people who are watching this on YouTube, I will be inserting a clip of him shouting, self-hyping himself up. Or like actually in between the set, like in between the reps. So I'll definitely show you guys that.
Here, get on the first spot. No matter what the odds are! Yes! Plus ultra motherfuckers.
But actually, one thing that I'm really curious about is how did you end up like doing that? Like how did that just come out of nowhere? Like you just suddenly, as you brace, you shouted an anime phrase. How'd that happen?
Okay. Let's start this from like very beginning, from since I was a kid.
Very beginning. Oh shit.
So like my sister is very fond of anime and Japanese stuff. Like whenever I wake up, someone's gonna sing Japanese song, and then she eventually like pursued on like being entangled with the Japanese culture and anime and stuff like that. So kind of braced into me. So when sometimes she speaks in Japanese, and then I hear her and watching anime. I mean, come on. And so that became like a thing. So especially when I'm most hyped in an episode, one of my favorites is Attack on Titan, and then My Hero Academia. You all know that. So whenever I see some hype songs, I just keep on watching it, and then it gets entangled in my brain. There's this one time, I'm not even in powerlifting yet, but I'm squatting, and it wasn't. I was like, I had this cord and then an iPhone 5, and I was squatting. yeah. Like, and then I was listening to one of the episodes in Attack on Titan where he plugged the huge hole in the gates of the walls, whatever. And I keep on watching that even when I was about to go to bed, and I wake up, when I'm on the train commuting, because that scene is just so epic. And whenever I train, like squatting, I'm gonna, time it right from the scene when I started to squat. So and when he shouts fight, and like Tatakaya, and I'm like, it just comes into my head. You're dropping me here, man.
And then it hypes you up.
Yeah, man. So it became my own thing, and it hypes me up. It makes me feel alive, actually.
There we go.
Like I'm here. Not to
It's
quote
like
My
natural
Hero Academy. Yeah.
Okay. That's good to hear. Actually, and there's a reason why I'm wearing this shirt, the Record Breaker shirt. It's an event that happened last year, 2019, in Kinetics Lab. I shared this in a previous podcast episode when Nestor Redulia was my guest there. We talked about how I shared when I was being the moderator at that event, and then I saw that right before you were hyping yourself up for your heavy deadlift, which is obviously great. I saw on your phone YouTube was on, I think, and then
I downloaded that episode.
Oh, you downloaded it. So you downloaded that episode wherein All Might was fighting. What do you call this? All for
One.
That's amazing. I'll never forget that, and I'll never stop sharing that moment with everyone.
Yeah, I was hyping it up, and then you grabbed my phone. It's like, what is this guy doing? Why is he stopping my hype? It's like, damn it, man, what's wrong with you?
But hey, man, you did really well at that event.
Yeah.
Actually, sorry, we didn't. At the start of the episode, I normally ask my guests what's their best lifts, their best SBD. Can you let the
Okay.
audience know?
Okay, so best squat, I don't usually do one rep maxes, so
Mm.
best squat is 320 kilos, 705 pounds, and for bench 170, I think it's like 365, 375. I'm not quite sure,
Within that range, yeah.
but in that range, yeah. And then for deadlifts was the last one rep max I did. The best was when I was training in Kinetics and you were there.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did a 340 kilo deadlift on a Texas deadlift bar. So it was
Yeah.
like 750 pounds. So,
That was really
but yeah, I
cool.
don't usually do one rep maxes because in my head I think there's no point in doing it. You know,
Outside of
might
the
as
competition, yeah.
yeah, might as well like go PR on reps, right? Like
Exactly.
that
Okay.
would increase much more potential in you, in my opinion. Like
In the long
if you
run,
can,
yes.
yeah, like if you can one rep max this, and then in a few months you can do this for reps. Like who knows what's your one rep max is? That's gonna be make it much more worth it when you do a PR, in my
All right.
opinion.
All right. So I mentioned earlier on that, again, I can be wrong, but then from what I know, that 340 kilo deadlift is the heaviest deadlift that any Filipino's done. Am I
I
correct?
think
Or?
so. Yes,
Yeah, okay. And
I think so.
I'm
Yeah,
actually
and
really
also
honored to be the one to have witnessed or
yeah, I
to
think
have spotted into a video that. So I was
it was
there.
pretty good hyping me up, guys.
So yeah,
And also the
actually,
squat, I think.
good. Really,
I, s- I
320. Okay,
I
okay.
think, yeah, in my opinion, I think that's the heaviest squat.
That's amazing, amazing. And you are how
Yeah,
old?
24.
24 years old. Okay, it's amazing.
I think I
Okay.
was 23 when I did those. So
Okay. So actually, just to let you know, the plan that I had for this episode is that, like to talk about your background, etc. But then when I made the post, the Instagram story
okay.
about asking a lot of people to submit their questions, there were a lot of questions, and I think I'm gonna.
Holy, really? I didn't expect that. Yeah.
I mean,
Let's do
you're you,
this.
dude. You're you. I mean, everyone wants to know about you anyway. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna scrap. Nobody cares about your background, life story. We just want to know all about you and your lifting and anime. Just to let you know, that's like the gist of almost every question that I received.
Okay.
Okay, but I do have, because most of them are for fun, but I do have some two serious questions for you that I made for myself. All right, so you've been lifting since 2014, 15?
I've been lifting since I was like 13 years old, man. For
I
like,
mean, like,
I don't
sorry,
know,
I mean, like serious
powerlifting.
lifting, serious lifting.
Uh, I got into like heavy squats, bench, and deadlift around maybe when I was like maybe that time, 2013, 2012, something like that. But powerlifting wise, it started when I went to States. So it was like 2016. Yeah.
2016. All right, so let's just say, like in terms of heavy lifts, you've been doing it for 6 or 7 years, and as we talked about a while ago, you have the best. You have the heaviest squat and you have the heaviest deadlift. But you've been doing it for roughly, seriously, for like 6 or 7 years. But there have been other guys of your weight class who've been doing it quite longer, but have not reached the same numbers that you have. Without trying to sound mayabang or try to be like boastful or show off, what do you think made the actual difference? Because 6 or 7 years, that's definitely a long time, but it's not compared to 10 or 15 years of being in the game. What do you think set you apart to be the strongest squatter and deadlifter in the Philippines?
Does this count on the OG old guys or like
The
the
OG
ones
old
competing
guys,
right
I
now?
guess. I mean everything and everyone, because there are guys that's of your weight class but have been doing it quite longer. What sets you apart? What made you set? What allowed you to be the top guy?
Because for me, I think why I'm stronger is one mentality because I'm a weeb. That's one. And then, no, just kidding.
All right, next question.
I think what sets me apart is I keep on trying new things on my own. Like I have to adapt. Like whenever I watch this, can I do this? And will it help? Will it help me? Would it be much? Would it engage much more muscles? Because that's what I do when I train. Like I try to incorporate as much muscle I could when I do the lift. Because when you have all those firing at all at the same time, it would make you stronger and help you won't struggle to lift as much as you could. So make the most of your body and that's it. Because sometimes some guys like just stick to one thing and one thing only. I'm not saying you should go off program, but I'm just saying like experiment and adapt the things that are going on. Like watch other lifters, compare like, oh, can I do this? Will my body composition will be able to handle this kind of stress, and would it benefit my movement much better? So I guess that's one of the things that makes me, you know.
So you're very analytical of yourself in regards to how you're performing the lifts.
I used to, yes, and I always ask myself to be better. Like whenever there's a challenge, like we're doing on the program, like I'll do this at 8, and then I'm gonna go over program a little bit, and then just gonna challenge myself. I know you shouldn't do that, but that's what keeps me ahead. That's what makes me go PR. I always challenge myself. You know, as cliche as it sounds, that's what I do to be stronger. Basically.
Okay, just really, I guess your mental game, you would say, is really up there. It allows you to be stronger just because you keep on pushing yourself, learning, adapting. That's what you think is okay. That's actually really good.
As shonen as it sounds.
As shonen as it sounds. Okay. All right, that's a really good answer. So mental game is definitely important, and I think mental game is what limits a lot of lifters.
Yeah,
as
man.
well. It really does.
I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't be scared, but you should to learn to respect also the bar too, because it's still gonna break your body sometimes, you know.
So yeah, recovery is super important, and I believe you've also been through quite a number of injuries.
Yeah, the last one, like where I tore my hamstring, like,
Well, that was really bad.
or like a bad strain, a really bad strain. Well, it happened when I was doing dumb stuff, because the day before that was I went to a heavy night of drinking because I haven't seen this friend of mine for a very long time, so got really drunk and everything. I even slept in the parking lot. Then the next, I had my stuff. It was in Capitolia, I think, or Capitol Hills. I'm not sure. And then I have my stuff, like gym stuff. And then I stepped in the parking lot, and then I'm like, should I go home and rest, or should I go to desk? Because it's pretty close. And it's at the time of the peaking program, October Classics. Yeah. So
that's when you hurt yourself.
Yeah, a week before that, I wanted to, when you're close to a competition, you got to do singles. And then I was doing 300, 295, or 305. And then when I failed 305, and then I did it again. And then when I tried to pull, something snapped. I'm like, oh no. I really heard it. It sounds like that. And then I just lay down, and then my hamstrings went up there, got stuck. I can't even straighten up my leg and everything.
Oh man!
It felt like a really, really bad cramp, something like that.
But you're better now.
Yeah, man. I was pretty pissed at that time.
Anyone would be pissed.
I think that time was to make it official, basically. That was the time to make it official, to be the strongest out there.
Yeah.
And I wanted to claim it so bad, and then after that, I haven't competed since the pandemic happened and all that.
Exactly.
But yeah, so it's tough for the first week. I can't even walk, and then went to the doctor, had some medicine, like some strong, I don't know, pain relievers.
Painkillers,
Yeah, painkillers, a pretty strong one that I was able to walk after that. And then after a few weeks or a week later, I was doing rehabs by myself. Shout out to Bibo Miane for helping me out on that. Bibo's the guy on powerlifting to help you out. So yeah, he helped me out get back on track and just be consistent. And then a month after that, I was lifting again. Then 3 months later, I was hitting the 300 kilo squat again in deadlift. So
perfect. Yeah, it's really good. You just have to you have to go to the guy that can actually help you.
Yeah,
instead
man.
of just, get hurt and then not take care of it.
Go look it up on the internet. Go to a professional. And go to someone that knows your activity. He must know how to lift. The strenuous activities that you do. He must know that. Because if you go to a normal doctor, they might not be able to recommend you. They're just going to say, you can't do it again.
Yeah, dude. You go to Bibo. That's basically the main point of this.
Just go to a powerlifter that knows his stuff. Therapist that knows his stuff,
And since you talked about Debo na rin, of course, I guess people who have possibly watched the previous episodes, I was talking to Raymond Debuque, who was also somebody that got injured in the past. Debo's the guy that helped him as
Yeah.
well because of the knee injury, etc. But since I did mention Raymond, it's, everyone knows that there's, some friendly or maybe not so friendly
Rivalry.
company.
No, we're fine. We're fine.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so friendly rivalry. Let's just say
Yeah.
that as well
Very, very
between
friendly.
the two of you. So,
Yeah.
we all know that when it comes to the squat and to the deadlift, you have that on him. But
Yeah.
when it comes to the bench press, he definitely has, I think, 20 kilos over yours.
Yeah.
All right.
20.
So the question, that's fine. I mean, it's the total that matters, right? But anyway,
Yeah.
the question that I have for you is, despite that 20 kilo gap, like knowing that 20 kilo gap, what do you think are the steps that you need to do to actually surpass his? And vice versa, what do you think? What are the steps that he needs to do to prevent that from happening, to make sure that he continually progresses and leaves you behind? So it's a two-part question.
Leave me behind on what? On which part?
Like in bench, like to
only,
make
or-
sure in bench to make sure that
I
his
mean-
bench is still superior to yours.
You better do 180 for reps. That's for sure. Because if he doesn't, I might just catch up. Because I think his best is 190,
Yeah.
and I'm like 170, so it's like 20 kilo jump there, right there. But so
The first part, what do you think is gonna allow you to surpass his 190?
for me, I think I should just bench more. I'm not. So out of all the 3 lifts, this is true in some ways, or maybe it doesn't on some people. But bench is the most technical of all the 3 lifts. It's pretty hard. Like, you can't control what's under you, like where you're lying down. You can't control it. That's bench, unless you got an ER rack. Like if you got the money or like the equipment to do so. I mean, that's props to you. Like you're pretty good because when you have that kind of like, you can analyze on which parts of the lift where you're lacking on, and which of it like you have to adjust on. And to me, I haven't had a bench like that's really that good, so I can't really assess everything. Like, sometimes this bench is gonna slip, my foot is gonna slip,
So it's those
And-
external factors and it's not
Yes.
within you. It's just because, okay. What
Yeah,
bench
and
is the best for you? Like in all of the benches that you've benched on, which is the one that you feel like is the one that's gonna be the best one? Like, is it the one when you competed in USAPL
Like-
or
like the equipment you're talking
the
about?
equipment you saw? Yeah.
I mean, it's the competition rack because it's really good. Like, it's pretty stable. It's stuck on the rack itself. Like, sometimes on my rack, like the bench is not, it's moving, and sometimes it's not that, it's kind of wobbly. So, and the best bench I ever had was in one of those racks in the competitions. Like, I did 160 by 3. So, yeah.
Really matters. So the bench quality
Yeah.
does matter for you. Okay.
Yeah, and before I got an issue with my arms, and I think it's bicep tendonitis. I got hurt on when I was squatting. Like, I had to fix my squat form when I was holding the bar, the grip. So in order to do that, I had to switch up, and it took a long time to deal with because when I'm done squatting, I can't feel my arms. I can't even handle 100 kilo bench press. Like, that's pretty hard for me before, but right now I'm pretty good. Right now I can bench like 3 plates on a normal day at least. Yeah.
Okay,
So
that's good.
and also for the ER rack, is that correct? I don't know.
think so, yeah.
Competition rack, yeah. When you do that on like the power rack that I have, sometimes it's not calibrated. Like, sometimes it's gonna be way higher. Like, you have the
Exactly.
half rack, right? So yeah.
That's super important.
Sometimes last time I benched is like the one time I got my bicep strained just from unracking it.
Shit, dude.
Yeah, just a few weeks ago. So it's a good thing it's not too bad. So I just set it out, and then I deadlifted again after 5 or 4 days, and then I hit 700 by 4. I think. So
Nice.
that's when I knew like it's not that bad. I guess that strain is not that bad. So
All right. So in regards to you catching up to his bench, you just have to, I guess, Hopefully, you're gonna get a good bench in the future, like on the
not get injured, man.
and not get injured. I think actually that's a good way to answer that question. Whoever doesn't get hurt is who's going to progress.
Yeah, man. He's the strongest. If you don't get injured, you're gonna be the strongest someday.
Yeah, because for powerlifting, it's a time sport. It really is. Like like the longer you are in the game, the more potential you have for getting stronger. I mean that's true for every sport, but I guess especially even more so for powerlifting. Because if you get hurt, if your elbows get wrecked, etc., your shoulders, it's just gonna end you. And I guess that's somewhat what happened to me in regards to my shoulder. So I don't want to like bitch about that anymore, but that's something that really did happen. But anyway, moving on, like to stop talking about the serious stuff. Now let's move on to the fun stuff, which is all about anime. We actually have a number of anime related ones. And the first one, it's not really, okay, it's from your buddy Nestor. It's not even a question. It's more of a statement. I literally asked for questions, but he just said, mahina si All Might, drug siya kay Sir Guy. Okay, but
look at All Might. I mean, Might Guy. He's in a wheelchair. All Might's still walking, man. Nakalakad pa siya.
For now.
Shut up! Don't spoil me, man.
I didn't read the manga, but anyway. But do you honestly believe that? Do you honestly believe that All Might is weaker than Might Guy?
Oh yeah, that's true. Like,
yeah, no, I guess no one can deny it.
He got with Makara.
Like 8 dates, dude.
Yeah, man. But it's only one time though, so yeah. I mean, the classic is still classic. We gotta put respect on that. So
yeah. All right, so the next anime-related one is, what do you love more, anime or powerlifting? That's a question I got, but I guess I'll level it up. I'll level up that question even more. Is that if you were to pick one, only one for the rest of your life, would it be anime or powerlifting?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I think I'd stick with... that's kind of hard.
That really is hard, dude.
It is very hard. I'm like, okay, can I ask you that same question? What would you answer, man? Just to get things on my mind, you know?
For me, okay, because we're talking about powerlifting specifically, I'm okay with letting go of it because I already have basically. I don't really squat or bench anymore. I only deadlift because that's the only one I'm kind of good at, and it's the only one where I'm not hurt in. Like I never got hurt in deadlift, but I always got hurt in squat and bench. So I've already let go of powerlifting, and so I'm going to stick with anime.
I think I'd stick with anime too. I think I can get a bit up. You know where I'll go? Strongman.
Strongman. Okay, actually, just don't get hurt. Just don't get hurt.
Oh,
that's basically it.
Yeah, Strongman is very complex, man. That's why I don't want to try it.
Are you going to be the Martin's Lisis?
Nah, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll try someday. Because I'm just scared, like when you do those movements, like the logs.
That's true.
The pressing. True. I'm very weak at spotting. I'm gonna admit that because I've got a busted shoulder already. So yeah, the movements are pretty hard.
They really are, dude. Very complex because it's odd objects. It's not just a regular bar.
Especially the stone.
It's a log. Yeah, dude. It's weird.
How do you carry a stone, man? Why would you carry a stone? What's wrong with you?
It's cool. But it's cool.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty cool.
All right, the next. Oh yeah, sorry. To all the viewers, sorry. A lot of the questions were repetitive, so I'm not going to name who said what. Instead, I'll just go through it because there are a lot of overlap. The next one is related to anime. What anime are you watching right now?
Oh, Black Clover and Fire Force.
Oh, Fire Force. Okay, same. Yeah. Love that.
Yeah, you're kind of late on that, man.
Yeah, I was really.
You're kind of late on that. Yeah, Fire Force is really good. Season 2 is not okay right now. That's been going on, but I like. Where were you on season 1?
Season 1 is pretty good. It's really, really good.
So did you just finish it?
I'm actually up to date with season 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, the best part on season 1 is the Captain Benimaru Shinmon.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, man. Like
so badass, dude. Well, no, it's so obvious that we're
not gonna spoil it, guys. So
yeah. All right. Next one is, what's your all-time favorite underrated anime? I guess another way to phrase this is, what's your favorite non-mainstream anime? Non-normie one? I guess that's another way to phrase it.
That's kind of hard. I'm a normie, guys. I'm sorry.
It's kind of obvious.
Because because if I watch some not normal ones, like I think Black Clover is underrated in my opinion.
Which one? Sorry,
Black Clover.
Black Clover. Yeah, actually, I
Yeah,
haven't gotten into it. It's not that. It's
yeah.
not that
See,
mainstream,
it's
I
not a
think.
mainstream, but it's considered new gen shonen kind of stuff like that.
Okay.
Would you consider Attack on Titan underrated? Probably not.
I think the hype is real. I think so. So I think it's appropriate. Like
Uh,
it's okay. Like the hype that it's appropriate. That's how I'll phrase it.
Because usually when you have underrated anime, it's not that great, in my opinion.
So for you, but you're a big fan of Black Clover, you say.
Yeah, because I just finished it and it's really nice. It's kind of like a typical shonen, but it had this twist on it. Like the characters are pretty nice,
All right.
so that's why I liked it.
All right. Okay. This next one. Okay. Shit. Okay. This is where things get a bit. What's your? Okay. I'll be the one. I mentioned a while ago that I won't mention who said what, but for this one I will. Grant Tang asks, "What's your favorite hentai episode?" Or in other words, your favorite hentai series, Siguro. That's another way to phrase that question.
Do I really have to answer this?
What did you say?
No, do I really have to answer this?
I mean, you don't have to. I don't want to force you. It's just, it's just uncool if you don't.
No, I'm thinking about it. Thinking about it.
The fact that you're thinking about it shows that you've seen quite a number.
I'm not gonna say Bible Black. That's so basic, and and that's not a good way to go, man. I know that series. That's really bad. Best hentai ever for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's taking too long to come up with this answer.
Good. I think it's a Panty Flash teacher.
So what?
Panty Flash teacher one.
Okay, so I don't know that, but
And Discipline. Discipline is kind of like the same
Discipline.
creators of Bible Black, but it's much better.
Okay.
And much.
I don't think I
much
can
normal.
flash that on screen though. Should I
You shouldn't.
description?
I think they have covers that are decent. Discipline's kind of famous stuff.
Okay. So yeah,
But
I guess that answers the question. Grant, I hope
God
you're
damn it,
happy with
Grant.
that.
What's wrong with you, man?
Okay. So let's move on now from the anime related stuff.
Okay.
If powerlifting wasn't your main sport, what would you be doing instead?
I think I'd focus on playing football
Yeah, you
or
were
basketball. Any of the two.
basketball.
I'm not that good at it, but I like it.
I mean, if you're to ask me, I think football suits you more just because of how, beefy
Yeah.
you are.
Well, I wasn't in varsity or anything, or never been to a team like that. But when I was like, it kind of grew late on me. Like I was playing around third year high school or fourth year. But I pretty like it. I got lean. I can show you a picture of that, how lean I was. I think I was
Rafael Cahilig, lean? When was that?
I think it looks like I'm 80 or 70. I was fourth year high school, so.
Okay.
Yeah, like whenever before class in college, I'd go play at a gym, and then I'd go to my class very sweaty and all that. So that's pretty disgusting. But
Yeah.
basketball's fun. Basketball's
Yeah,
fun.
fun
But,
too. Too bad football isn't that big here in the Philippines yet.
yeah, but there's
It's growing. There's a community.
yeah, it's going. There's community. Yeah. I mean, I know do you play flag?
I
you played for-
tried for a bit, but I am a big fan of the Philadelphia Eagles because that's in
Oh yeah.
my family in the States. They're a big fan. So I
Okay. Yeah.
fan of them. All right. The next question is okay. You know what? Just to shit on Grant. This is another question that he submitted. What do you call this? What do you call this? When was the last time you did cardio? Damn, he's really thinking.
Just walking up the stairs, count cardio, or like
No, like an actual cardio. Like you set time that hey, I'm gonna get this cardio in. So whether that be walking around the block, treadmill, bike, whatever.
does count as cardio.
Does what? Does what?
Does you know what count as cardio? But yeah, the
Sige,
last cardio
sige,
I
if I
did-
say-
no,
say yes to
I'm not
that-
gonna answer that. No. Last time I did was shoot. probably a few months ago.
Oh, it's not like high school pa naman.
No. It's like we have a bike stuff around here, so I think that's probably the last one I did.
So at least the people know that in 2020 you did cardio.
Yeah, man. Doing high reps is cardio, guys. Remember that?
Anything more than 1 rep is cardio.
Yeah.
That's basically true.
In my opinion, like doing 6 and higher reps, or like more than 6, I'd say, is kind of a cardio.
Yeah, dude, your heart can be pumping for sure.
Just as long as like the weight is matches it, like you may be doing 6 reps, but shoot, at like 20, you loaded like what, 70 kilos in there? Come on, man.
Yeah. All right, now we have some nutrition questions for you.
Pretty bad at that one.
What does your nutrition look like in the off season and in the in like peaking for a competition?
There's a difference.
Actually, I kind of knew already because I knew these people.
Sorry,
were like
guys.
really
I'm like, this is like the baddest question for me. I'm not a very nutritious person. I tried tracking, and then I went to Korean barbecue, and then poof, goodbye tracking.
You just can't say no to when they ask for another.
Man.
Say you want another plate? Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Like I tried tracking it, but like.
Try. Emphasis on try. I mean, the fact that the effort was there.
Try. Okay, so like basic meal every day I wake up. I think maybe like half a rice cooker of rice, and then I'm gonna fried rice it, and then maybe like 4 pieces of hot dog, 2 types of egg, and maybe like 6 strips of bacon. Yeah, that's my breakfast, guys.
That's the usual.
That's the usual ones. And when I lift, I mean, I know I have to eat a lot and then after I eat, I gotta wait for like 2 to 3 hours just to digest it. And I have to feel like a puking sensation, but I only eat like 2 meals a day. I don't usually eat like 3 like the regular ones.
All right.
And when at night, I just eat just a few carbs and not that much, and then some protein shake. You know, like it's just kind of intuitive. How do you say that word?
Ingrained in your head.
Intuitive. Sorry. Ugh. Anyway, so like when you're plan on doing a workout, I just eat a lot, and then after that, I just take what's to recover after doing that session. So I gotta lessen the carbs, just to because I know I eat a lot of carbs just from the start of the day. So I don't think I need more at the end of the workout. I just gotta have to recover everything and all that. So those are my.
That's your nutrition. Just make sure.
Yeah, man. You eat and recover. Like, don't starve yourself.
But I guess, just to let our viewers know, that's what is applicable or appropriate for you. Example, if you're going to talk to a 60-kilo, 6-foot guy, he has to make sure that he eats a lot more to make sure.
Oh yeah, 60 for a 6-foot guy.
Hey,
like,
that's me.
Dude,
that was me before, dude.
What's wrong with you, man? You're 6 foot.
No, okay, fine. 5'11" and 3/4. Jeez, don't have to rub it in, man. But yeah, I mean, I was this height ever since.
I rubbed your non-existent calves, so.
Yo, okay. Next question, motherfucker. Jerk.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. Next question in regards to, I guess it's related to nutrition. Do you think it's ever possible for you to go down the weight class?
Yeah, for me, I just wanted to reach the 900 kilo total. I just wanted to make a mark right there, like 2,000 pound total.
Yeah.
I think I just had to do that. It's like, I'm not even 105 anymore. I'm like 118 kilos and 116 to 118, somewhere between those lines. And I just wanted to get that 900 total, and then I'll cut down. And me and Star talked about it, and then I told them about this, and like, don't worry, after this, I'm gonna have to beat you at your own weight class. So, so we can have like a duel or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And being lean is also nice. Like before 105, I weighed some competition. I weighed like 100 and 103, or like a few weeks before a competition. Yeah, that's the lowest I got from competing.
So like cutting down.
Well, the lowest was 103, in my opinion, and as I remember.
Okay, so when's the decision that you're gonna go down, or it's not in the near future?
There's no timeline. I just have to get that 900 kilo total, or like maybe 2,000 pounds total, and just to be like done with it, or maybe.
All right.
At least compete in the world, then win. I wanted that.
Okay.
Maybe after the 900
that's
kilo
gonna
total.
happen, dude. For sure, dude. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, man. I wanted to. Like after the 900 kilos, so I might cut down to at least just 105, and then uh, try to be like the best in the worlds.
Yeah, dude.
If I don't get injured.
If you don't get injured, again,
Yeah.
recovery, keeping healthy is what's gonna allow anyone to
Yeah.
stay in the game for a long term.
That's true. Yeah.
All right, so like few tips right now. What do you think, or like, what are the tips that you can give somebody who is learning their own sumo technique? So in regards to finding their ideal hip height, their stance width, etc. What are your general tips for somebody learning sumo?
Try every position, man. Like that sounds wrong, but
Wait, what did you say? Try everything.
try. But like, yeah, that's where I learned my sumo. Like, there's a time when I was a newbie, like, oh, okay. And then I saw this my friend of mine doing so wide. I'm like, this is quite well too, but my hips aren't like, like I'm
Built
not
for
engaging
that.
it that much. Yeah. Like, and especially your limb height, you gotta consider that. Like your legs, is it gonna be fitting to put that in that position? And yeah, just gotta try out every single thing. It's okay if you fail, and we're in off season right now, so might as well do experiment about it and do it on warm ups. Don't do it on your
On your
higher
head.
rep range.
Don't suddenly sudden
Don't
change
do
in
it on
your
your top
technique.
sets. Come on, man.
90%.
Yeah, don't ever do that.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's trial and error, basically. And I guess that
Yeah, trial and
can
error.
be applied to a lot of things too. To
Yeah,
bench,
every-
to your squat and everything. Just find out what works for you. Even though if like people say, oh, for tall people you have to do this or that, but for some reason that might not work.
Yeah.
For you. So it's really
It's a very generic tip, but that's what works, man.
it applies to
and
almost
just-
everything. Yeah.
And just like some techniques are like, when you do a high bar, just in my opinion, you don't go wide because that's not like the optimal position for your foot stance to be with. You notice like weightlifters, high bar, close stance,
Yeah.
and low bar is wide stance. So I think that's kind of given out there. But
Yeah, there's some parameters to go about, but
Yeah,
nonetheless, you still have to figure out what works
on your
best
own.
for you.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, so this is like a super vague question, but if you were to give one tip to a beginner, like what's your biggest or best tip to an absolute beginner for powerlifting?
Don't weight cut.
Don't
Ever.
weight cut. Actually, yeah, that's really true. That's
You want to like make one goal. Like, do you want to be strong or do you want to look lean? Make one decision. Because one way or another, one thing is gonna affect the other. So
I mean,
that's why you
it's
should-
possible to do both. It's possible, but it's not optimal.
yeah,
I
for a
guess.
beginner. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, okay.
Don't weight cut.
But if you're for a beginner in regards to powerlifting, don't weight cut. That's
Yeah.
your biggest tip.
Like when you're competing, don't weight cut.
Just
I mean,
get the numbers that you want.
If you got a good nutritionist, though, like Grant, maybe he could help you out. So that guy's strong and lean.
Yeah. I mean,
What am I doing with my life?
but Grant's, he's different level. He's amazing.
Yeah, Grant's like hands down the best.
He's really solid, like really accomplished in both powerlifting and
But
bodybuilding.
yeah, but he's not tall, so we got that going for us, guys.
Let's go. Okay, high five.
High five, man.
That's it.
Take a
That's
jab for asking that question, man.
Okay. All right. So now I have two questions left for you, and I will say who it came from, because I swear these questions are really. I'm not gonna probably it's not gonna be monetized anyway. So these questions are really fucked up. So it's from Jandy, everyone's favorite guy. Jandy asked. He has two questions. The first one is, what was your worst farting or shitting experience while lifting?
So far, he didn't slip out of my shorts or underpants. So yeah, I haven't done that.
So far.
Yeah, so far.
So what's the worst experience for you? And to
least
let
I was-
the viewers know, it's totally common. It happens in the heavy squats, heavy deadlifts, especially if you're wearing a belt. There's a lot of pressure in your body. So sometimes you just can't help it that, a little.
Yo, guys, even though I'm fasted, it happens. I'm so sorry. I tried my best, and that's why I said when I eat, when I eat, I gotta wait like 2 to 3 hours just to digest it all. But it's still there, so I can't do anything about it. But yeah, worst one is when I was by myself. I think I was doing 300 for reps, 200 kilo deadlift, or 320.
This is at home?
Yeah, there's just a while back, a few weeks or a few months ago.
What happened?
I think I
Go into
did 2
detail.
months ago. Do I really have to say that, man?
Did you? Okay, fine.
It happened.
To not
It is what it
embarrass you
is.
so much.
It didn't pop out of my shorts and my underpants. That's it. So it didn't leak.
It didn't leak. Okay, but I guess it's safe to say, like, immediately after that set, you had to go to the bathroom. You had to clean.
Man.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
I think.
at least.
There's another embarrassing one. It was in AF Maguinhala. So I was with.
Oh, in a commercial gym.
Yeah, man. It was the worst. They didn't hear anything though. They didn't hear anything. Okay, I'm digging myself a hole right here. And then I did like 300 by 2 deadlift.
Mm.
And then I pulled the first one. I was like, oh no, am I still gonna be able to do the second one? Because something's popping out, man. And then when I did the second one, and then and then I just dropped it, pulled my shorts, and like, so how was it? Oh, like at 8, and then I went to the restroom already. But it was the most embarrassing one for me. But no one noticed. No one noticed. Raymond didn't notice. Anya didn't notice. So.
Okay. Wow, galing that you were able to play it cool, pa. Ano, at 8?
Yeah, man.
How were you walking? Were you walking like a penguin?
No, I was walking normal. Yeah.
Normal.
Like casual, man.
Okay. Okay, good. Now, thank you, Jandy, for...
I hate you, Jandy. God damn it, man.
All right, next question. Actually, our very last question. Sakto lang din because it's we're roughly at nearing the 50-minute mark. All right, so before I go on to the question, to let our viewers know, here in the local powerlifting scene in the Philippines, there are 2 main federations. There's going to be the Powerlifting Association of the Philippines, that's PAP, and then we also have Philippine Powerlifting, PHPL. All right, Raf, between the 2 federations, which one has the cuter girls?
Come on, guys. I'm gonna say, who asked this question, man? Tell me.
Jandy asked this question again.
Okay. I think it's PHPL. I'm just gonna be honest, flat out honest, because
PHPL.
I don't really see much on PAP girls. So.
Wow.
What? I don't come to the first day. I need to take a rest, man. And I only see them just because the schedule's a bit different.
Okay.
It is what it is.
All right.
You're fucked, man.
Hey man, that's Jandy, dude.
I'm digging myself a hole right here.
Hey, and that's from Jandy lang. I'm just
stating facts, man. There's some cute baby girls. Shout out to my girl Anya, the best one out there. Like my girl, like as a friend, you know.
As a friend, sure.
But yeah, she's the best.
To be specific now.
yeah, I gotta do specific now. It's like she weighs like around 60, 57. She can deadlift 140 kilos.
It's really amazing. Really amazing.
Yeah, Anya's really amazing, and she's what else?
She's fighting a good fight, you know, with her job.
Yeah.
And everything.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
But of course, I don't think I'm the one to go into details. But anyway, Raf, thank you for being on tonight's episode 9 of the podcast. Dude, really, I've been wanting you to be a guest for so long, but I guess because of the pandemic, etc., that's something that we have to do now through online. But I'm happy that it happened. And maybe in the future, I actually want an episode where I'm going to have Nestor back and you back. I'll be interviewing.
Yeah, it's going to be the 2 of us, or like the 3 of us. Me, Nestor, Raymond.
Yeah, and Raymond as well. Oh, that's going to be fun as well. Yeah. Anyway, everyone who wants to follow Raf after this, and I'll be surprised if you're not already following Raf on social media, but you can find him on Instagram as what, Raf?
At Raf Cahilig. That's pretty basic, but
but I mean it's easy to find. All right.
It used to be hamstring Rafi when I tore my hamstring, just to pay homage to Sean Noriega, hamstring Papi. But I changed my name hamstring Rafi. So,
okay, I'm happy that it's just Raf Cahilig now because that's so corny.
I hate you, man.
But I love it.
Anyway,
All right. Thanks for being on the show, man. Really appreciate
All
it,
right.
and I hope to have you back in the next one, in the future ones.
Yep.
All right, see you.
Clap it out, man.